cause you snuck outside again. You've been on your phone like all night long, cause you don't trust you with your friends. Yeah, with thick ass sleeves, and if it was me, I'd want you to let me know. So shoot this crown, hear me out. But don't get me wrong, I ain't saying that she ain't dropped dead, but boy, she knows it when she turns it. Head's got a good girl dress that you love when she slips on, but your floor ain't the only one to fit on. Brother, I ain't trying to start no fight, ain't what you wanna hear on a Friday night. I know she's got you in a love drunk whirlwind, from man to man, nobody likes your girlfriend. She don't like your church and news, she's the worst when she gets a little know-it-all buzz. She hates your favorite bands and she don't miss a chance to cut you down in front of us. Yeah, I know that you say she's the best you ever had, maybe that's why your head's in the sand. Cause we know she ain't single, but damn she looks single if you're looking at her Instagram. I ain't saying that she ain't trying to get but boy, she knows it when she turns it. Head's got a good girl dress that you love when she steps on, but your floor ain't the only one to fit on.
No entertainment.
Trying to start no fight, ain't what you wanna hear on a Friday night. I know she's got you in a love drunk whirlwind, from man to man, nobody likes your girlfriend. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your sister. Everyone that loves you hates seeing you with her. Didn't wanna be the one to let you know, and I'm just saving you a heartbreak down the road. I ain't saying that she ain't drop dead, but boy, she knows it when she turns him. Head's got a good girl dress that you love when she slips on, but your floor ain't the only one to fit on. Brother, I ain't trying to start no fight, ain't what you wanna hear on a Friday night. I know she's got you in a love drunk.
Up your programs at the Minimum Buffalo Break and Wheel ticket window to play RBC Royal Bank Bingo and to win other great prizes courtesy of our sponsors. Time now for our Stringham Law starting lineups. First, our umpire crew tonight. We have Mike Richards, Zeke Fair, and Adam Sims. Now the lineup for the visiting Medicine Hat Mavericks. Leading off is second baseman number 10, Carter Roth. Batting second, right fielder number 22, Evan Morrison. Batting third is third baseman number 30, Nick Hill. Batting fourth is first baseman number 34, Frankie Giacalone. Batting fifth is shortstop number 11, Johnny Volcano. Batting sixth, catcher number 24, Nate King. Their designated hitter batting seventh is number 5, Blake Dale. Batting eighth is left fielder number 2, Adam Volcano. And batting ninth, center fielder number 8, Jalen King. Their starting pitcher tonight is number 20, Diego Centella. Now the starting lineup for your Moose Jaw Miller Express. At shortstop, number 22, Thomas Soto. In right field, number 27, William Edwards. In center field, number 4, Chris Briggs. At third base, number 25, Eduardo Sainz. At first base, number 18, Darren Plummer. In left field, number 6, Jacob Mraz. Your catcher, number 8, Gary Swan. Your designated hitter, number 32, Braden Bunnell. At second base, number 13, Ben Wacek. And your starting pitcher, number 7, Jacob Glazner. At this time, we would like to recognize Corporal Jerry Heilman from the Saskatchewan Dragoons with us tonight, hoisting the Canadian flag at home plate. We ask you now, please rise if you are able and remove your headwear for the singing of our national anthem performed by Abby Hunt.
Thank you very much, Abby Hunt, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to FloCollege Baseball in Roswells Park in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. On country night here, Friday Night Baseball, the Medicine Hat Mavericks at the Moose Jaw Miller Express. I'm your host, the voice of the Millers, Rod Peterson, with director, producer, switcher, Joe Gunnis. Check your cameras here for FloCollege. Lonnie Wallachek throwing out the first pitch, the ceremonial first pitch, and he throws a strike all the way in from Wichita, Kansas, and Ben caught it for him. And just a wonderful, fun vibe in the ballpark here. Weston Walls hot dogs on sale in the Miller Express concession, and we're ready to play baseball on a Friday night in downtown Moose Jaw. Medicine Hat Mavericks coming in 18-26 on the season. Tied for fourth in the East. Here's their batting order. Batting first, the second baseman, Carter Roth. Batting second, the right fielder, Evan Morrison. Batting third, the third baseman, Nick Hill. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 34, Frankie Giacalone. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 11, Johnny Vulcano. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 24, Nate King. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 5, Blake Dale. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 2, Adam Vulcano. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 8, Jalen King. Their starting pitcher tonight is number 20, Diego Centella. For the Millers defensively, Jacob Glazner gets the start on the mound tonight. Catching him is Gary Swan. The first baseman tonight is Garen Plummer. The second baseman, Ben Wallachuk. Thomas Soto is at short. At third base, Eduardo Sainz. The left fielder is Jacob Mraz. The center fielder is Chris Franks. The right fielder is Will Edwards. And DHing tonight is one Braden Bunnell. Millers, of course, under the guidance of first-year head coach Michael Gonzalez, and going after their 13th consecutive win here tonight. It's a club record. It doesn't matter how you want to slice at Western Canadian Baseball League or its predecessor, the Western Major Baseball League. Either way, that's what they're after here tonight. They've shattered them all. 7:07 Miller time in Moose Jaw. Carter Roth will get it going, the second baseman here for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, who are in their road red tops here tonight with red helmets and gray pants. Millers, of course, in their black base uniforms with yellow trim, white pants, black caps. And again, 7:07 first pitch here from Roswells Park in Moose Jaw. First pitch from Jacob Glazner is just outside for ball one, 1-0. The head umpire tonight is Mike Richards. At first base, Zeke Fair, and at third, Adam Sims. Glazner's second offering from the lefty is outside for ball 2-0. Jacob Glazner will say howdy to his family and friends tuned in from Apache Junction, Arizona here tonight. This one swung on and fouled back out of play. Glazner making his 10th start of the season. Has a 7-2 record and a 6.66 ERA. One of 6 Millers All-Stars. And has really been a big part of forming Murderer's Row as far as the Millers starting rotation goes. You saw Weston Walls last night getting the start. Did not earn the win in the 10-3 victory over Swift Current, but he left with a 3-0 lead. Millers ended up winning at 10-3. This one swung on. The 3-1 is fouled back and out of play. Full count here on the leadoff hitter, Carter Roth. Of course, say howdy to all the Mavericks friends, family tuned in on FloCollege Baseball tonight as well. Give us a shout who you are watching tonight. You can reach me on Twitter, X, at Rod Peterson, RODPEDERSEN, and it is a swing and a miss. He thought he checked him, but home plate umpire Mike Richards says he went around, and it's a strikeout for Carter Roth. His first of the night for Jacob Glazner. And, of course, as you all know, Glazner goes into the game chasing his good buddy and teammate Weston Walls for the league strikeout lead. That is the 58th for Glazner, but Weston has really pulled away of late. 77 after last night's victory last night. What do you have? 4 on the night if I go back and check my score sheet. Yeah, he left with 4 strikeouts after 6 complete, giving him 77 and leading the league. Evan Morrison, the right fielder, is at the plate here for Medhat, with now 1 out in the top of the first inning. Nick Hill is on deck. Another hot one, 28 degrees Celsius at game time, 82 Fahrenheit. Curve hits the batter. Jacob Glazner lost command of that one, and he is away to first base, hit by the pitch. And that'll bring to the plate the third baseman, Nick Hill. Again, for those that follow the Millers' social media accounts and everything they do, you'll know that Weston Walls hot dogs are on sale in the Miller Express concession tonight. Don't tell Thomas Soto, but these are better. The Weston Walls hot dogs are better than the Thomas Soto hot dogs. Personal opinion? Swing and a miss from Nick Hill, 0-1. Listen, they're both great. I'm just saying. They're both Texas Flair. Oh, what's on them, you ask? Thanks for asking. Barbecue sauce, cheese, bacon, and mine was hold the... Yeah. Got you convinced yet? I said hold the onions. It was delicious. 1-1. The count here on Nick Hill, the third baseman. Frankie Giacalone is on deck. 1 out, 1 on here, top of the first inning. Glazner's delivery is hitting the air. Shallow right field. Will Edwards on the run near the first base line. Makes the catch for 2 away. Nick Hill flies out to the right fielder.
Number 34, Frankie Giacalone.
Frankie Giacalone comes to the plate here for the Medicine Hat Mavericks in the top of the first inning. The first baseman, Johnny Volcano, is on deck. Crowd still filtering in here. This one pulled foul down the third base line. 0-1 the count on Frankie Giacalone from San Diego, California. Plays at Mid-America Christian University. 0-1 the count on Giacalone, as again the crowd still filing in. This one hit high, well, center field. Chris Franks back to the track. And he makes the leaping catch at the wall to retire the side. Frankie Giacalone flies out to deep center field, and that will end it for the visiting Medicine Hat Mavericks. No runs, no hits, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. Scoreless here in Moose Jaw on FloCollege Baseball.
Leading off for the Miller Express, number 22, Thomas Soto.
Bottom of the first at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Thomas Soto will lead it off for the Millers, flashing his trademark smile, chatting with the home plate umpire Mike Richards, and I think the catcher Nate King as well. Thomas Soto will lead it off. Will Edwards bats second. Chris Franks third. Eduardo Saenz, the cleanup batter, batting fifth. Garen Plummer, swing and a miss from Thomas. 0-1, batting sixth. Jacob Mraz, batting seventh. Gary Swan, batting eighth. Braden Bennell, and batting ninth, Ben Wallachek. As Soto leads it off here and bats one towards second. A roller picked up by the second baseman Carter Roth. Throw over to first is in time. One away. Thomas Soto grounds out to the second baseman. Defensively for Medicine Hat, as I mentioned, Diego Centella is the starting pitcher. Nate King is the catcher. The first baseman, Frankie Giacalone. The second baseman is Carter Roth. Starting at third, Nick Hill. The shortstop is Johnny Volcano. First pitch is in for strike one. Slider out of Centella. 0-1. The left fielder is Adam Volcano. Center fielder Jalen King. And in right, Evan Morrison. This one ripped up the middle by Will Edwards for a base hit with one out here in the bottom of the first inning. And Will Edwards is aboard here for the first hit of the night for the Moose Jaw Miller Express.
Number 4, Chris Franks.
Chris Franks comes to the plate here for the Millers in game two of this mini two-game homestand. The Millers RBI leader, Chris Franks, with 46. Next closest are Garen Plummer and Will Edwards, each with 40. Ball one on Chris Franks, who comes to the plate for the first time. Eduardo Saenz is on deck. This one swung on and fouled out of play down the left field line. We will, of course, be keeping you abreast of the goings-on around the WCBL tonight. The Millers, as you know, going for a 13th consecutive victory. And they just can't shake those Saskatoon Berries, who enter the night a half game back for the division lead. I'm still thinking it's going to go down to the final game of the regular season. Between those two at the Berry Patch in Saskatoon, Wednesday, August 5th. 2-1, the count on Franks. He belts this one high in the air to center field, and back toward the track is Jalen King to make the catch, and that's 2 away. Chris Franks flies out to the center fielder. And Eduardo Saenz comes to the plate here for the Millers. In the bottom of the first, 2 out and 1 on. That's Chris Franks. That's Will Edwards. This pitch gets away from the catcher, Nate King, and away to second is Will Edwards. 1-0 on Diego Centella, which I'm checking the stats here for Medicine Hat. There he is. This is his 7th start of the season for Diego, and he comes in with a record of 2-2, 6.61 ERA. Now Will Edwards at second with 2 out. And this one fouled back and out of play by Eduardo Saenz. 1-1. Millers Baseball brought to you by Boston Pizza, Main and Thatcher, 54 Dental, and Canadian Tire. I feel like it's the barbecue sauce that was the cincher, Joe, in the Weston Walls hot dogs. Very underrated what that can bring to a ballpark, Frank. This one hit on the ground to second, and it eludes. It took a late hop over the arm of Carter Roth, and Eduardo Saenz sends Will Edwards home with an RBI single. That is the second hit of the game for the Millers. And Will Edwards plates, and the Millers have a 1-0 lead here tonight, as Will Edwards comes across for the 44th time this season. Country night here at Ross Wells Park in Moose Jaw. A lot of cowboy hats. One swing and a miss from Plummer, 0-1. One thing about this town, Joe, you don't know if they're good. They might be wearing a cowboy hat any other night. You know what I mean? Here you just never know. Swung on and fouled back and out of play. 0-2, the count on Garen Plummer. He's at first base tonight. Jacob Mraz is on deck. 1-0 now, the Millers lead in the bottom of the first inning. Diego Centella on the mound for the Mavericks. This one fouled back and out of play onto Caribou Street. You can tell us old-time hockey announcers, we sometimes get lost between Tigers and Mavericks. The 0-2 on Guerin, check swing, didn't go, 1-2. Around the league, as mentioned, Saskatoon Berries a 2-0 lead at Fort McMurray. They're in the bottom of the first. Lethbridge a 1-0 lead at home over Swift Current, bottom of the first. This one hit in the air to right, and back to make the catch, the right fielder, Morrison, and that will end the inning as Garen Plummer flies out to right field. We go to the second, 1-0, the Millers lead here at home over Medicine Hat, and due up for them, Volcano, King, and Dale. You're watching the WCBL on FloCollege.
7, Johnny Volcano.
Top 2 at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw on country night. The shortstop, Johnny Volcano, the number 5 hitter, will lead it off here for Medicine Hat, who now trails 1-0. Nate King and Blake Dale due up for the visitors, who come into the game 18-26, tied for the 4th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Division. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Johnny Volcano, the shortstop out of Cloverdale, British Columbia, and Doane University. And this one fouled back, and Johnny Volcano very quickly down in the count, 0-2. Concession humming, the Park Hotel Beer Gardens humming tonight. Didn't get much better than this for summer baseball conditions. 28 Celsius, 82 Fahrenheit, wind east at 4. This delivery from Glazner inside at the knees for ball 1. This one hit on the ground to second. Wallachek with the throw to first for 1 away. Johnny Volcano grounds out to the second baseman. If you joined us late, Lonnie Wallachek threw out the ceremonial first pitch here tonight. The father and PBA star up visiting for the month of July from Wichita, Kansas. Quite fond of the Wallachek family, I'll tell you that. This one fouled back and out of play by Nate King, the catcher. Jacob Glazner, 3rd in the WCBL in strikeouts coming into tonight. Off-speed pitch here, hit in the air to center field, and back to make the catch is Chris Franks for 2 away. Nate King flies out to the center fielder. And with 2 out, the designated hitter, number 5, Blake Dale, will come to the plate for Medicine Hat for the very first time with Adam Volcano on deck. Blake Dale out of Riverton, Wyoming. 5'9", 165, plays at Kansas Wesleyan University. Glazner kicks and delivers. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss from Dale, 0-1. Weston Walls leads the league in strikeouts, 77. Derek Archer of these Mavericks is next with 60. And Jacob Glazner's next strikeout will tie him with 60. 4th in the league, All-Star Regina Red Sox, Kagan Baker with 54. The 0-2, he went, strike 3, and it is a K, the second of the night for Jacob Glazner. 3 up, 3 down, and we will go to the bottom of the second inning. Due up for the Millers, Mraz, Swan, and Bunnell. 1-0 Millers lead halfway through the second inning on FloCollege Baseball. Bottom of the second at the Ross, in Canada's most notorious city. Oh yes, the unofficial Saskatchewan anthem. Fishing in the dark. Is Frank here? Frank the Tank. Jacob Mraz, the left fielder from Meade, Colorado, will lead it off for the Millers in their half of the second. Gary Swan and Braden Bunnell due up. And the first pitch fouled off the backstop. Strike one on Jacob Mraz, who wears number 6. Meade, Colorado is where he calls home. Plays at Colby Community College. Going to be a long night, Joe, if they're yelling at the ump already, eh? Ball one outside, 1-2. Colby Community College, by the way, is in Colby, Kansas. I know you were dying to know. And their mascot is a Trojan. This one fouled right into the third base seats. And 1-2 is the count here on Jacob Mraz. And their colors are white and blue. Colby Community College in Colby, Kansas. 1-2 the count here on Jacob Mraz. Gary Swan is on deck. 1-0 the Millers lead. Midway through this second inning. Diego Centella with the delivery. This one hit on the ground to second. This one fielded by Carter Roth cleanly. Throw to first is in time. One away. Jacob Mraz grounds out to the second baseman. Peoria, Arizona's Gary Swan comes to the plate for the Millers. Gary catching Jacob Glazner here tonight. Gary Swan coming to the plate for the first time. Fastball is hit in the air to right field. On the run is Evan Morrison. It comes down in foul territory. 0-1. Morrison couldn't quite get there. He definitely turned on the Jets. The right fielder from Medicine Hat. Local boy, plays at Hastings College. Gary Swan makes the trip back to home plate here for you, looking at an 0-1 count. Miller's last game was a 10-3 win over Swift Current last night. That was 13 in a row, so looking at 14 tonight. Have I been saying 13? I'm too hot, I got heat stroke. Blame the internet. This one popped up in the infield. Oh, and it is dropped by the third baseman, Hill. There's nobody at second. And it's a calamity of errors for the Medicine Hat Mavericks in the infield, as Gary Swan is all the way to second on an infield error.
Number 32, Braden Bunnell.
So Braden Bunnell comes to the plate for the Moose Jaw Miller Express for the first time tonight. DHing tonight. Caden Ransom was the DH, and even though he's not in the lineup tonight, his folks are tuned in from Lincoln, Nebraska tonight. Shout out to Kip and Angie. They were tuned in last night for his 440-foot bomb straightaway center field. Key in that 10-3 victory. This one laced up the middle by Braden Bunnell. It got through the pitcher. And coming around home and scoring is Gary Swan. 2-0 Millers. They're scoring at a single, run-scoring single for Braden Bunnell. Gary Swan scores. 2-0 Millers, and Ben Wallachek comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw in the bottom of the second with one out and a runner at second. High and outside with this delivery, 1-0. Diego Centella on the mound here for Medicine Hat from Panama City, Panama. He's got some stuff, like this one. Fast, that's a slider in for strike one, called 1-1 on Ben Wallachek, second-year Miller from Wichita, Kansas. And he plays at Missouri Western. Outside with this one from Centella, 2-1. Outside for ball 3, 3-1. Just looking, it's always fun to peruse the stats, isn't it? And WCBL baseball does such a great job of them with the stat company ballclubs.com. Blake Dale of these Mavericks leads the league in at-bats with 194. His teammate Carter Roth next at 189. Ben Wallachuk draws the one-out walk here in the bottom of the second inning. And the Millers now have runners at first and second with one out. And Thomas Soto will come to the plate, but not before a mound visit from the Medicine Hat Mavericks, because they want to talk about this. Thought it was country night. Hawaii 5-0 music. Two 2-0 Millers. Thomas Soto comes to the plate for the second time. Thomas grounded out to second to open the ball game. It's his second at bat now. The league leader in stolen bases. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1, 1-0. Outside for ball 2, 2-0. Evan Morrison of these Mavericks leads the league in walks drawn with 38. Chris Franks of the Millers is fourth with 33. Then Thomas Soto fifth with 31. And he's up in this count 2-0 as Centella checks the runner at second. And the 2-0 is high for ball 3, 3-0. Oh, strike one called on Soto. Caught the outside edge with that one. 3-1 on Thomas. With runners at first and second. Millers Baseball brought to you by Westrom Lumber, Casino Moose Jaw. Outside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the second inning. How about this? Thomas Soto away to first. Braden Bennell to third, and Ben Wallachuk to second, and Will Edwards comes to the plate here for the Millers. Will Edwards batting .315 on the season. He scored a run here tonight. Great position for Will Edwards. Bases loaded and one out, and the fastball is outside for ball 1, 1-0. Here on Will, the University of Sioux Falls grad. Two and 0, the count on Will Edwards. Three and 0. Is that the same guy that keeps yelling? He's cheering for Medicine Hat?
No, I think he's cheering for the Millers.
Is he? Cheering for the Millers. I can't really hear him, and I'm okay with that. The 3-0 is high for ball 4, and they force in a run as Centella is having some command issues here in the second inning. 3-0, the Millers go up as Braden Bunnell comes across. But there is no action in the Mavericks bullpen here. Will Edwards draws the bases loaded walk. Ben Wolochuk's to third, Thomas Soto to second. And now Will Edwards to first as Chris Franks comes to the plate here. The Millers RBI leader and all-star at the plate takes the first pitch in for strike one, 0-1. First-year Miller came in and very quickly became an every-game player. What a find by the Millers personnel staff. This one swung on in the gap, left center field. Adam Vilcano under it. Ben Wolochuk tags up and scores, and it's a sac fly for Chris Franks. A 3-run second inning here for Moose Jaw has put them up 4-0 as Eduardo Saenz comes to the plate for Moose Jaw for a second time tonight. And now there's action in the Mavericks bullpen. Thomas Soto out to a big lead at second. First pitch in for ball 1 on Eduardo Saenz, who singled back in the first inning and was left on base. Soto at second, Will Edwards at first. 1-0 the count. And here's the throw to second base, and Thomas Soto is back safely. Mavericks' last game was against Swift Current a couple of nights ago, a 15-10 victory, their 18th of the season. That one in there for strike one, called 1-1. Miller's 31 wins on the season. The club record is 38. They got a dozen games left to do it, including this one. And they got a 4-0 lead here. The 1-1 swung on in the air to right field. Evan Morrison back near the track. He'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. The Millers will leave 2 on, but they score 3, and we go to the third inning with Moose Jaw leading 4-0 here on FloCollege. And due up for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, Volcano, King, and Roth here on FloCollege Baseball.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard, my wits got keen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars. I'd search the honky-tonks and bars and kill that man who gave me that awful
Well, the third at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. 4-0 the Millers lead. The Medicine Hat Mavericks here leading it off in their third. Adam Vilcano, the left fielder and number 8 hitter, with Jalen King on deck here for the Mavericks. Mentioned their 15-10 victory over Swift Current in their last game. Their next one, Saturday, they'll be back home against the Weyburn Beavers as the lights come on here at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw in the top of the third inning. Jacob Glazner on the mound here for the Millers. This one swung on in foul territory. Sliding and unable to make the catch is the first baseman, Garen Plummer. Pretty valiant effort, I would say, though, for the product of Fairleigh Dickinson University. And 1-1 the count on the left fielder, Adam Vilcano, who's coming to the plate here for the first time. Another from Cloverdale, BC, and another from Doane University on this Mavericks squad. Curveball from Glazner is outside for ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 is fouled back and out of play. Miller's last game was the opener to this 2-game mini homestand, a 10-3 victory last night against the Swift Current 57s. They'll be at Swift Current Saturday for a doubleheader. Strike 3 call, and Adam Vilcano goes down looking for the third strikeout for Jacob Glazner in the ball game. And that will unofficially move him into second in the league in strikeouts behind his teammate Weston Walls. As Jalen King, the center fielder, comes to the plate here for the Mavericks with 1 out in the top of the third inning. Glazner kicks and delivered. This one liner to short, and Thomas Soto fields that at his shin. For 2 away, Jalen King lines out to the shortstop. And we'll go to the top of the order. The second baseman, Carter Roth, comes to the plate here for Medicine Hat. He struck out to open the ball game and his only other at-bat. That's 3 strikeouts tonight for Jacob Glazner. Facing Carter Roth here, and off-speed pitch is in for strike 1, called 0-1. Carter Roth, a veteran Maverick from Stratford, Ontario. Out of Doane University. This one inside of the knees. 1-1. There's been plenty of talk about that team bonding event. It was so long ago, Joe. Millers haven't lost since at Freedom Stables. This one hit right center field. It'll get down for a base hit. Rounding first is Carter Roth. He's to second with a stand-up double here in the top of the third inning. A 2-out double for Carter Roth has the Mavericks in business as the right fielder, Evan Morrison, comes to the plate.
If he gets out, it's 2 beers for $10 in the Park Hotel Beer Gardens.
And the curveball is in there for strike 1, called 0-1. Oh, 0-2 the count here on Evan Morrison. He was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. And the curveball is fouled back and out of play, 0-2. Nick Hill is on deck here for Medicine Hat. 28 degrees Celsius at game time, 82 Fahrenheit, east wind at 4. So you see some fans fanning themselves here in the ballpark. It's another hot one, but I'll take this over the damp, wet ones we had back in June, that's for sure. This one is outside. It got away from Gary Swan, and to third base goes Carter Roth. One and two, the count here on Evan Morrison. Nick Hill is on deck for Medicine Hat. Top of the third inning. 4-0, the Millers lead it. Morrison, a left-handed hitter, steps into the batter's box. The 1-2. Right down the pipe for strike 3 call, and that'll retire the side. The 4th strikeout of the game for Jacob Glazner. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Plummer, Mraz, and Swan due up for Moose Jaw. They lead it 4-0 here on FloCollege Baseball.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Garen Plummer leads it off for the Moose Jaw Miller Express in the bottom of the third inning. Coming to the plate for the second time, Jacob Mraz and Gary Swan. Due up for the Millers behind Plummer. Takes the first pitch in for strike 1, called 0-1 from home plate umpire Mike Richards. Garen Plummer flied out to right field in his only other at-bat back in the first inning. 4-0 the Millers lead here. Diego Centella working into the third for the Mavs. And he's up in the count. 0-2 on Garen Plummer. Garen batting .365 on the season, third best on the ball club. This one outside for ball 1, 1-2. Garen's appeared in 32 of the Millers' 43 games. The 1-2. This one a liner right back to the pitcher. And Centella was ready for it. Garen Plummer lines out to 1. Jacob Mraz comes to the plate for Moose Jaw here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. Jacob Mraz with Gary Swan on deck. Jacob Mraz grounded out to the second baseman back in the second inning. And the first pitch is in for strike 1, called, or in one, or they say he went around. Either way, it's strike 1 on Jacob Mraz. Jacob batting .284. He's appeared in 24 games for the Millers this season. This one is strike 2, called 0-2. Mraz is in left field tonight. Pacey Phillips patrolled it last night as the skipper, Michael Gonzalez, does his best to move people around at certain positions. Jimmy Kurtz also rotates in there. But it is Jacob Mraz's night tonight in left. And he's at the plate now, down in the count 0-2. outside for a ball, 1-2. Again, if you're operating off the old schedule from earlier in the season, the Millers' next home game is Sunday. It's been moved to 5:05. Swift Currents in here. This one outside for a ball, 2-2. The Millers and 57s will have had enough of each other by Sunday afternoon, I would think. Played last night. Doubleheader tomorrow in the Frontier City, and then back here Sunday. The 2-2 is outside, and Jacob Mraz has battled back in this at bat, and it's a full count. This one swung on in the air to left. Adam Vilcano races in from his left field position to make the catch, and that's 2 away. Jacob Mraz flies out to the left fielder. The catcher, Gary Swan, comes to the plate here in the bottom of the third inning with the Millers up 4-0. Gary reached on an error back in the second inning and scored a run. 2 out here in the bottom of the third. First pitch swinging. This one popped up shallow center field. And coming in to make the catch is the center fielder, Jalen King. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning, and we'll go to the fourth with the Millers in the lead, 4-0. Due up for the Mavericks in the top of the fourth. Hill, Giacalone, and Johnny Vilcano. You're watching Friday night WCBL baseball on FloCollege. Top four at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Nick Hill, the third baseman, will lead it off for the Mavericks. 4-0 they trailed Moose Jaw on the road here tonight. Nick Hill, Frankie Giacalone, and Johnny Vilcano due up for the visitors here as Jacob Glazner works into the fourth for Moose Jaw. He's got 4 strikeouts on the board here tonight. First pitch is a curveball, fouled off and out of play. 0-1. Keeping an eye on the out-of-town scoreboard for Western Dodge here in Moose Jaw. Here is a roller down toward first. Up with that, Eduardo Signs, and he'll step on the bag. That's Garen Plummer, and he'll step on the bag for 1 away. Nick Hill grounds out to the first baseman, Garen Plummer. Frankie Giacalone comes to the plate for Medicine Hat with Johnny Vilcano on deck. Still 3-0 Berries, leading at Fort McMurray in the bottom of the third inning. out-of-town scoreboard for Western Dodge. Moose Jaw's go-to for Dodge, Ram, Jeep vehicles. Regina Red Sox a 2-0 lead at Sylvan Lake in the top of the 4th inning. This one inside at the belt, 1-0. Frankie Giacalone, the first baseman, is at the plate. He flied out to center field back in the 1st inning. Lethbridge a 5-4 lead at home over Swift Current, top 3. Strike 1 called on Giacalone, 1-1. Curveball jumped on by Giacalone, fielded by Eduardo Sainz, and the throw to first is on time for 2 away. Frankie Giacalone grounds out to the third baseman, and that brings to the plate the shortstop, number 11, Johnny Vilcano. The number 5 hitter, Nate King, is on deck. Vilcano grounded out to second back in the 2nd inning. Johnny Vilcano's appeared in 40 games. This is 41 for him tonight. This one popped up, foul down the first base seats. Vilcano batting .314 on the season, with an OBP of .355 and 2 home runs. Frankie Giacalone is their leader in round trippers with a whopping 10. Remarkably, that doesn't lead the league. This one hit in the air, right in the gap, just beyond Ben Wallachek and just in front of Will Edwards. And it's a base hit for Johnny Vilcano here in the top of the 4th inning. Jake Hiramoto of Swift Current, who we just saw here last night, their star third baseman, leads the league in home runs with 16. Ethan Murdoch of Saskatoon has 14. Keegan Noller of Swift Current, 13. Brady By and Giacalone tied with 10 each. 2 out and 1 on here, the top of the 4th inning. At the plate is Nate King. He puts this one in the air, deep center field. Chris Franks is back to make the catch in center field, and Nate King flies out to him to retire the side. 4-0 the Millers lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th, and due up for the home side, Braden Bennell, Ben Wallachek, and Jacob Glazner. This is WCBL Baseball on FloCollege. It's country night, if you couldn't have guessed, here in the ballpark. My kind of night, I'm going to tell you. There's 2 kinds of music I like, Joe, country and western. So it's been fun. Great crowd as the Millers go after a 14th consecutive victory here tonight. Braden Bennell, the designated hitter, will lead it off for the Millers in their fourth. And the first pitch is fouled back. 0-1. Braden Bennell will lead it off. The number 8 hitter, Ben Wallachek, is on deck, followed by Thomas Soto. Curveball from Centella has popped up. Fair territory. Evan Morrison coming over to make the catch near the first base line, and that is one away. Braden Bennell flies out to the right fielder. Our regular producer, director, Jenna Moore, is on vacation. For those wondering and worried, potentially she is in the Maritimes, last we heard. If she's tuned in, howdy, Jenna. Miller's still winning. First pitch from Centella is in for strike one, called 0-1. Ben Wallachek at the plate. He walked and scored a run back in the second inning. Thomas Soto is on deck. This one outside with the slider, 1-1 from Centella. This one high and outside, 2-1. Well, like clockwork, the calendar flips to July. The weather gets hot and the ballpark gets full, as you see a great crowd here on hand at Rosswells Park. But we always got room for you. Sunday, 5:05, Swift Current 57s will be here. This one in for strike two, called 2-2. And then next week, Miller's on the road for a pair Monday, Tuesday at Weyburn and Swift Current, then back home here Thursday, Friday against these Mavericks. This one batted up the middle. It'll get through for a base hit for Ben Wallachek. Ben has had the hot bat of late, and he's aboard with a one-out single here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and Thomas Soto will come to the plate. The Texas kid to the strains of the Dixie Chicks. Thomas tonight is grounded out to second and walked. The Millers leader in most offensive categories. Throw over and back in time is Wallachek. Soto is leading in hits, stolen bases, and walks, and takes this one in for strike one, called 0-1. .58 hits, one more than Chris Franks. That's entering tonight. This one popped up in the air by Thomas Soto near the third base line. Racing over to make the catch is Adam Volcano for two away as Thomas Soto flies out to the left fielder. Will Edwards will come to the plate here for the Millers in the bottom of the fourth inning. Shenandoah. They were played here in the fall. Did you go to that, Joe? The Shenandoah concert? Was it amazing? I don't doubt that for a second. I was gone back to the Sunshine State by then. We don't get the good concerts like that. This one hit on the ground. It'll get through into right field. Will Edwards is safe at first. Ben Wallachek on the way to third, and he's safe with the slide. Will Edwards, a two-out single. Ben Wallachek around to third, and Moose Jaw has runners on the corners here with two out, and Chris Franks will come to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Chris Franks 0 for 2 at the plate today for the Moose Jaw Millers. The curve from Centella is outside for ball one, 1-0, didn't break. And this one in the dirt for ball two, 2-0. on Chris Franks, the Millers' second place batting average leader, 375. Outside for ball 3 from Scintilla. He's close to loading him up here with 2 out in the 4th inning. As we mentioned last night, the very latest the season will go is August 17th. That would be game 3 of the best-of-3 league final, and I can tell you the Millers have designs on being in that series. Maybe ending it before it goes to game 3, the best-of-3, but that is the plan, so mark your calendars. This one fouled off by Franks. Out of play. 3-2 the count here on the center fielder. Here comes the payoff pitch on Franks. Runner goes outside for ball 4, and it is a bases loaded situation here as Chris Franks draws the 2-out walk in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Eduardo Sainz comes to the plate here for the Millers with 2 out and the bases loaded. First pitch from Scintilla is well outside for ball 1. Eduardo Sainz tonight is singled and flied out to right field. The Laredo, Texas product. From Texas A&M International, which is right there in Laredo. Fouls this one off. 1-1. Garen Plummer's on deck here for the Millers. Cruising with a 4-0 lead here, looking for their 14th consecutive victory. They've already set franchise marks, seeing how long they can extend it in game number 44 of the season here tonight. Strike 2 called, 1-2 on Signs. The catcher Nate King framed it well. 1-2. Millers baseball brought to you by Canadian Tire, Moose Jaw, Cypress Paving, and tonight's game sponsor, Heartland Financial. That's where you'll find Millers general manager Corey Olofsson most days. This pitch in high for ball 2, 2-2. Full count here on Eduardo Sainz. There is action now in the Mavericks bullpen. The 3-2. Runners go. Strike 3 called. And Eduardo Sainz knew it. He knew he should have swung. The Millers leave the bases loaded. Eduardo Sainz strikes out. And we will go to the 5th inning with the Millers up 4-0 here on FloCollege Baseball. Top 5 at Roswells Park in Moose Jaw. Blake Dale will lead it off for the visitors as Jacob Glazner works into the 5th inning here for the Moose Jaw Millers at home. The veteran out of Apache Junction, Arizona, the lefty, delivers, and the first pitch is fouled off by Blake Dale, 0-1. Blake Dale struck out back in the 2nd inning. At the time, it was Glazner's 2nd. He has struck out a total of 4 here tonight, as he is after the league lead. The lefty delivers inside, low for ball 1, 1-1. The Moore family, which is Miller family, they are tuned in from the Maritimes, having a family supper out there tonight, enjoying the game on FloCollege Baseball. Thanks for the note. That's Jenna's crew. What's that, Joe? Are they making fun of you? Strike 2 call, 1-2. Here on Blake Dale, Adam Vilcano is on deck. Outside for ball 2, 2-2. Curveball in from Jacob is outside for ball 3. Full count here on the leadoff hitter of the 5th inning, Blake Dale. Country night, Weston Walls hot dog night. Lots of folks enjoying those. You don't got to come to the ballpark to make one. Bacon, cheese, barbecue sauce, and onions. Voila, you got a Weston Walls hot dog. This one fouled off into the Mavericks bullpen. Blake Dale, the DH, stays alive. Blake Dale batting .253 on the season. Veteran Maverick from Riverton, Wyoming. 3-2 the count on him. Adam Vilcano on deck here. 4-0 Millers lead, top of the 5th. In a sold-out ballpark. Curveball from Glazner is fouled off. 3-2. Miller's number 1 in the power rankings. It's the latest in the season. They've been number 1 for Fortis, Alberta in my time. The payoff pitch, curveball, is ball 4. And it's a leadoff walk for Blake Dale here. And Adam Vilcano, the number 8 hitter, will come to the plate here for the Mavericks with none out and 1 on here in the top of the 5th inning.
The tickets are wrong. The draw's going to be here on
Vilcano struck out back in the 3rd inning. This is Adam Vilcano. Swing and a miss from the left fielder, 0-1.
Yeah, the tickets. Corey put up the lottery license is correct, but the ticket
Ball 1 in the dirt, 1-1 on Vilcano. Medicine Hat tied for 4th in the Eastern Division coming into tonight. Every game clutch for them at this point as they look to lock down a playoff spot. Vilcano lays down the bunt. Up with that, Gary Swan. And the throw to first is in time. The bunt single attempt is foiled by Gary Swan, and that is 1 away here.
Number 8, Jalen King.
In the top of the 5th inning, the number 8 hitter, center fielder Jalen King, comes to the plate now for Medicine Hat with Carter Roth on deck. Can't get enough of those Walls dogs. How many is that? Oh. You can't stop at just one, trust me. They're that good. Curveball out of Glazner is in for ball 1, 1-0. Jalen King lined out to the shortstop last time up. Remember that one? Thomas Soto fielded it at his left Shin, the all-star shortstop, as we have a mound visit here between Gary Swan and Jacob Glazner, but a brief one. As Gary affixes his catcher's mask out of Bethany Lutheran College. Want to know the count here on the lead, the number one hitter, Carter Roth. Evan Morrison is on deck. One out, one on. Jacob Glazner looks in. And the fastball is piped for strike two, called 1-2. Tip foul. Jalen King stays alive. Glazner working into the fifth here for the Mavericks, and we're anticipating that Diego Centella will come out for the bottom of the fifth inning. The 1-2 is outside for ball two. Weston Walls last night went 6 complete and left with a 3-0 lead. It was Swift Current who came back to make it 3-3, made things this interesting before the Millers broke it open in the 8th inning with a 7-run 8th on the way to the victory. This one fouled off and out of play by Jalen King. Stays alive at 2-2. That was the 13th win in a row for the Millers. And they just can't shake those Saskatoon Berries, who come in with the very same amount of wins, 31, but one more loss. So they're a half game back entering tonight. Here's the 2-2 on Jalen King. And it's inside for ball three. Strike three call. Strikeout number 5 for Jacob Glazner tonight. Well, he's on fire, and we'll go to the top of the order as the second baseman Carter Roth comes to the plate here for the Mavericks. First pitch swinging is Carter Roth, and he fouls that out of play. 0-1. 4-0 Millers in the fifth. Carter Roth at the plate. Out of Stratford, Ontario, it's his third at bat today. He's struck out and doubled. Trying to get the Mavericks on the board. 4-0 they trail here in the fifth. Glazner kicks and delivers. This one fouled off the crossbar of the backstop and in toward the Miller Express concession, sends the kids scrambling. 0-2 the count here with 2 out in the fifth inning and a runner at second. The 0-2 is swung on and fouled out of play. Sends Gary Swan running, but it is out of the stadium. 0-2 as Carter Roth stays alive. Curveball from Glazner is in for ball one, 1-2. mentioned the Millers with their hot streak as of Monday, named number 1 in the power rankings in the WCBL. Latest in the season, they've been number 1 in the power rankings in my time for Fortis, Alberta. Okotoks number 2, Saskatoon number 3. Outside for ball 3, 3-2. Or is that 2-2 on the batter, Carter Roth? Moose Jaw 1, Okotoks 2, Saskatoon 3, Sylvan Lake 4, Lethbridge 5. This one fouled back and out of play. Marathon at bat here for Carter Roth. Evan Morrison is on deck for the Mavericks. And now officially it's 3-2. For all your Miller's licensed merch, shop Ultimate Fan Zone, your authentic MLB fan store for official jerseys, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Game day every day at UFZ, downtown Moose Jaw. Now the full count on Carter Roth. This one popped up in the air. Soto dropping back in shallow left field, and he'll make the catch on that high fly ball to retire the side. Carter Roth flies out to the shortstop, and that will retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Plummer, Mraz, and Swan due up for the Millers. They lead at 4-0 here on FloCollege Baseball.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Mraz, Gary Swan due up for Moose Jaw. We have a 4-0 lead on country night in the ballpark. Hey, we sold a few Walls dogs, Weston Walls dogs. How is it? It's good, eh? Yeah, the barbecue sauce makes it. Garen Plummer, the first base, will lead off the Millers' 5th here. They lead at 4-0. Garen today is flied out to right and lined out to the pitcher. Check swing on this one. It's outside for ball 2, 2-0. Garen Plummer, very popular first-year Miller out of Wichita, Kansas. Another great find by the Millers personnel staff. 1-1 the count on him. And this one is low and in the dirt for ball 2, 2-1. This will play our next edition of Tim Hortons Miller's Trivia on Sunday, Joe. Are you back in that chair on Sunday? I feel like you will be. Sunday we will play Miller's Tim Hortons Trivia, and we'll try and come up with a difficult one. Sometimes the ones you think are hard are easy, and vice versa. You know what I say? This one hit in the air, foul down the first base line, 2-2. Garen Plummer stays alive. The last trivia question was, what is the Millers' record for wins in a season? It's like an Easter egg hunt, Joe. I've already mentioned it twice on the air tonight. Can you guess what it is? Do you know what it is? You weren't listening. This one hit in the air, a liner to the third baseman. No, it's a grounder, a one-hopper, and it's fielded by Hill. Throw over to first in time, and Garen Plummer grounds out to the third baseman.
Number 6, Jacob
38. 38 wins is the Miller record. They're at 31 entering tonight with 12 games to go. The unofficial Saskatchewan anthem playing right now, Fishing in the Dark, by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. That is the #1 wedding song. Did you know that?
I did know that.
In this province. And where else matters, really. This one fouled back. First pitch on Jacob Mraz, 0-1. The #2 wedding song in the province. Do you want to? That would be a good trivia question, but it's not Miller's trivia. No. Good guess, though. This one hit in the air to center field, and it is fielded by the center fielder, Jalen King, for 2 out. Jacob Mraz flies out to the center fielder.
Number 8, Gary Swan.
This is according to Frank the Tank, the wedding DJ to the Stars. He says Cotton Eye Joe is #2. Haven't been to a wedding lately to verify. Been to a few divorces. Haven't been to a wedding and a funeral. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. Let's be honest. Gary Swan at the plate here for the Millers in the bottom of the 5th with 2 out. And the slider is low and away for a ball, 1-1-1. If you're sitting at home on a Friday night or wherever you may be, let us know where you're tuned in from at Rod Peterson on Twitter, RODPEDERSEN. Don't be fooled by the spelling. Slider outside, 2-1. Who you're watching, whom you're cheering for, and where you're tuned in from tonight on FloCollege Baseball. We'd love to pass it along. This one hit well up the middle and into center field for a base hit for Gary Swan here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It is a 2-out single for Gary Swan. And that'll bring to the plate Braden Bonnell for the Millers. First pitch is in for strike 1, called 0-1. The fastball from Centella, Diego Centella. There have at times been action up in the Mavericks bullpen, but he's pitching here into the 5th. Swing and a miss from Bonnell, 0-2 on the first-year Miller from Mandan, North Dakota. 0-2 the count. And this one outside for a ball, 1-1-2. Braden Bonnell at the plate. Ben Wolochek is on deck. Bonnell is 1 for 2 tonight, singled and flied out to right. And a swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Braden Bonnell goes down swinging. We're through 5, and the Millers lead it 4-0. Due up for the Mavericks, Morrison, Hill, and Giacalone, and you're watching it all on FloCollege Baseball.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
The sixth inning here at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Evan Morrison, the right fielder, will get it going for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, who trail it 4-0 here. Evan Morrison, Nick Hill, and Frankie Giacalone. The batting order for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, who are in red on your screen here tonight with the gray pants. Miller's in their black tops and white pants. Hey, we got a shout out all the way from Apache Junction, Arizona. Joe Brandy Glazner's tuned in. They're watching on FloCollege. This one caught the outside edge of the strike zone, 1-1. She says, hey, Rod, go Millers, family in town from Dallas, Fort Worth, DFW, and they're tuned in. Thanks for the shout out. Jacob, their son, is working into the fifth inning here, and he's got 5 strikeouts on the go with his Millers leading 4-0. Coming off the all-star appearance, Jacob, just last weekend. Big 9-2 victory for the East Division over the West as they continue their mastery in these such all-star games. Here's a chopper to second. Wallachek on that, and the throw to first is in time for one away. Evan Morrison grounds out to the second baseman to lead off the sixth. And the third baseman, Nick Hill, will come to the plate here for Medicine Hat, with now 1 out in the sixth inning. Nick Hill at the plate. Frankie Giacalone is on deck. Curveball from Glazner is perfect. In for strike one, called 0-1. Nick Hill, the third baseman, wears number 30 from Lakewood, California. One of several Mavericks from Mid-America Christian University, a swing and a miss, 0-2. He's 0 for 2 at the plate tonight. Nick Hill flied out to right and grounded out to the pitcher. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nick Hill goes down swinging. Jacob Glazner still strong here into the sixth inning. That is his 6th fan of the night. And Frankie Giacalone comes to the plate here, the home runs leader for the Mavs. Did I have that right? Giacalone leading him in dingers? Yeah, 10 on the year. Let's keep it at 10. Swing and a miss on the first offering, 0-1. Giacalone, 10 hits, batting 322. 10 home runs, batting 322 on the season. Has appeared in 40 of their games. This one swung on and fouled back and out of play. 2 out. Here in the top of the sixth inning. Little 2-game homestand coming to an end. Millers opened it with a 10-3 victory last night over Swift Current. Their 13th in a row. Got a doubleheader at Swift Current tomorrow, and then back here Sunday against the 57s at 5:05. This one swung on and fouled out of play down the first base line, and as a matter of fact, out of the ballpark. The 0-2. Curveball is outside for ball 1, 1-2. Jacob Glazner, 6'2", 185. Plays at St. Edwards. This one popped up, foul territory, and it is not playable. It is right into the Mavericks bullpen as Frankie Giacalone stays alive. He's another from Mid-America Christian University, Giacalone. 6'4", 220. Got some power in that lanky frame as Glazner looks in. The 1-2 swung on and fouled in toward the Miller dugout. He stays alive. Outside for a ball 2-2. Saskatoon Berries have upped their lead to 5-0 at Fort McMurray. They are in the 6th inning. Berries and Millers coming into the night with 31 wins each atop the Eastern Division. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off. Regina Red Sox have come back with 5 unanswered runs and lead at Sylvan Lake 5-3 in the 6th inning in a rematch of last year's league final. Regina Red Sox, Sylvan Lake Gulls. The 2-2 hit up the middle, and that'll get through for a base hit. A 2-out single for Frankie Giacalone, and the Mavericks have a runner aboard as the shortstop Johnny Volcano comes to the plate here for Medicine Hat.
Number 11, Johnny Volcano.
Batting .314 on the season is Johnny. Team leading 156 at-bats. 4-0 they trail it here, and with 2 out, they got a runner at first. Glazner kicks and delivers outside for ball 1-0. Millers Baseball brought to you by Moose Jaw Funeral Home, Ottawa Real Estate, and Tim Hortons, Canada's coffee chain. They're getting loud down there, Joe, in your old stomping grounds. Park Hotel Beer Gardens. The 2-0 is fouled off 2-1. Joe is filling in producer-director role for Jenna. He's normally down there getting liquored up with the fans in the Park Hotel Beer Gardens and doing the Millers' social media as well, by the way. The 2-1 is high for a ball 3-1 here on Johnny Volcano. Nate King is on deck here for the Mavericks. Lights on at Roswell's Park. It is cooled off a bit, which is welcome. It's 86 Fahrenheit at game time. Volcano draws the 2-out walk here, and the Millers now have runners at first and second as Nate King, the catcher, comes to the plate, but Jeff Freeborn, the Millers pitcher coach, comes out for a visit. We'll step back a moment. 4-0 Millers in the 6th inning here on FloCollege Baseball. Nate King at the plate here for the Medicine Hat Mavericks in the top of the 6th inning after the Mound Conference, engineered by pitching coach Jeff Freeborn. Nate King comes to the plate, and his first pitch is fouled off. Will Edwards with great effort to track it down in foul territory down the right field line, but couldn't quite get there. 0-1 the count on Nate King, the catcher. Out of Lindsay, Ontario, takes strike 2, called 0-2. 2 out, 2 on here in the 6th inning. Millers up 4-0 as Jacob Glazner squeezes the rosin bag, looks in for the sign from Gary Swan. 0-2 is the count here on King, who is 0-2 on the night. The lefty Glazner steps off, looks back at second, and back to second goes Frankie Giacalone. This one hit. Diving at short is Thomas Soto, and he eludes him. It will score a run. Frankie Giacalone sent home by Nate King. It's a run-scoring single. And now he's away to second base. To third goes Johnny Volcano. And the Medicine Hat Mavericks are on the board here in the 6th inning. We got action in the CNS Builders bullpen, but Glazner's still in for now with 2 out and runners at second and third. Blake Dale, the designated hitter, comes to the plate here for Medicine Hat. First pitch fouled off 0-1 on Blake Dale. 6th batter to come to the plate here in the 6th inning. 4-1 now the Millers lead with this 13-game win streak on the line. The 0-1 off-speed pitch is in for strike 2, called 0-2 as Glazner hunkers down, tugs on his cap brim. Now looks in for the sign from Gary Swan. 0-2 the count on Blake Dale. Outside for a ball, 1-2. Blake Dale tonight has struck out and walked. And the curve in from Jacob is outside for ball 2, 2-2 as Blake Dale battles back in the count here. Adam Velcano is on deck. Tying run is at the plate here for the Mavs. Key point in the ball game. The 2-2 is high and outside, and it's a full count on the batter, who was at one time down in the count 0-2. Blake Dale, the DH, at the plate here from Riverton, Wyoming. The payoff pitch from Glazner is outside for a ball 4. Bases loaded here in the top of the 6th inning. Tying run at first. Go-ahead run comes to the plate here, and Adam Velcano, the left fielder, who is 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out and grounded out to the catcher. Try to lay down a bunt single last time up in the 5th inning. Gary Swan gunned him down. Bases loaded here, 2 out as it gets loud in the ballpark. Adam Velcano at the plate. Outside for ball 1. Two and 0. This one batted in along the ground. It'll get through into left field. It'll score 1 run. Johnny Velcano sent home, and the base is still loaded here. It's a run-scoring single for Adam Velcano. And the number 9 hitter, Jalen King, will come to the plate here for Medicine Hat with still 2 out in the top of the 6th inning. But the bases loaded again. The center fielder, Jalen King, at the plate here. He is 0 for 2, lined out to short and struck out. This one a chopper towards third. Stepping on the bag is Eduardo Sainz, and that will end the threat. But the Mavericks put 2 on the board. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th with Moose Jaw leading 4-2. Wolochuk, Soto, and Edwards due up for the Millers here on FloCollege Baseball.
13, Ben Wallachek.
Ben Wallachek will get it going for the Millers in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pride of Wichita, Kansas. His father, Lonnie, threw out the ceremonial first pitch, if you were tuned in for it earlier. A strike, of course, from the very athletic elder Wallachek. Ben getting it going here, bottom of the 6th inning. Wallachek, Soto, and Will Edwards due up for the Millers, who now have a 4-2 lead after a 2-run Mavericks 6th inning. Diego Santilla working into the 6th for the Mavericks here, and he's down in the count 2-0 to Wallachek. It's the 3rd at bat for Ben. Today he's walked and singled. The 2-0 popped up, shallow center field. And dropping back to make the catch is the shortstop, Johnny Volcano. Ben Wallachek flies out to the shortstop.
Number 22, Thomas Soto.
To open the Millers' 6th, and we'll go to the top of the order. Thomas Soto comes to the plate. Will Edwards is on deck. Soto today has grounded out to second, walked, and flied out to the left fielder. 4th at bat for the Round Rock, Texas product, and takes this one inside at the waist for ball 1, 1-0 on Soto. Two and 0 the count here on Thomas. Told you. That's all right. Can't stop at just one. Weston Walls dogs. Should be getting a commission on those babies, Joe. What'll be next? Chumley Burgers. 2-2 the count here. Greasy. Oh boy. Soto, the grounder towards second. That is fielded by Carter Roth, the second baseman, and makes the routine throw to first for 2 away. Thomas Soto grounds out to the second baseman. Diego Santilla looking sharp into the 6th inning here, as Will Edwards comes to the plate here for the Millers, who lead it 4-2, 2 out. Chris Franks on deck. Miller all-star right fielder Will Edwards standing in and takes the first pitch in for strike 1, called 0-1. 4th at bat for Will. He has a couple of singles and a walk to show for his efforts tonight, and scored a run as well. This one just a bit inside from Santilla. 1-1. 6-0 now. Saskatoon buries the lead at Fort McMurray in the 6th inning. Will pops this one up, out of play, right back into the grandstand. Check that. 9-0 for the Berries now at Fort McMurray in the bottom of the 6th inning there. Hanging it on the Fort McMurray Giants. 9-0. This one got away from Santilla, well outside, 2-2. This one fouled off by Will Edwards down the right field line. Regina Red Sox a 5-3 lead at Sylvan Lake. They are in the bottom of the 6th inning in a rematch of last year's league final. Okotoks a 4-1 lead over Brooks. They were in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Lethbridge out to a 5-4 lead over the Swift Current 57s in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, strike 3 call as Will Edwards goes down looking, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Millers at the plate. And we'll go to the 7th with the Moose Jaw Miller Express leading at 4-2. Due up for them, Roth, Morrison, and Hill. It's Friday night, WCBL baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Leading off for Medicine Hat, number 10, Carter Roth.
We good, Joe? All right, let's go. Another great ball game here at Roswell's Park. Feels like all the Miller games have been this year. Certainly for as long as I can remember. As Carter Roth will open it up here in the top of the 7th inning. Carter Roth, Evan Morrison, and Nick Hill at bat for the Medicine Hat Mavericks here, who are out to snap this Miller's slide. We got a pitching change, or Miller's win streak. First pitch, Carter Roth swinging in the air to right. Will Edwards back, and he'll make the catch. Carter Roth flies out to the right fielder for one away. Gio Lugo comes into the game from Homestead, Florida, with the Millers leading at 4-2. Lori Swan checking in from Peoria, Arizona. She says the Swans in Arizona love Rod Peterson and the Millers. Let's throw a Joe Gunnis in there too, Joe. The Swans tuned in. Lori had to get on Twitter, she told me. Her husband Clifton was on Twitter. She wanted to join the Twitter party. Strike 2 called, 0-2 here on Evan Morrison as it's getting later into the night. The sun's going down and the crowd's getting louder. A lot of swing and a miss, and down goes Evan Morrison. Gio Lugo coming into the game. He's got family in attendance tonight from Homestead, Florida. Gio Lugo coming in, hoping to preserve a Miller's victory here as Nick Hill comes to the plate for Medicine Hat, and Lugo throwing hot. This one is low for ball 1, 1-0. Giovanni Lugo has started 4 games for the Millers total. This one is outside for a ball, 2-0. Coming in a relief role here tonight, a 10.62 ERA. All told, 20 1/3 he's pitched this season. From St. Thomas University, the 2-0 is high for ball 3. Well, I tell you what, leave it to the very wise parents, Joe. I said, what'll be the next hot dog? Strike 1 called, 2-1. As the bottom dropped out to that one from Gio. Kip Ransom is watching in Lincoln, Nebraska. He says, Chris, Franks, Joe. Franks. Get it? Ball 4. on Nick Hill, and he draws a 2-out walk here in the top of the 7th inning. The tying run comes to the plate here, Frankie Giacalone. We were saying the other, hey, and they can put some Frank's Red Hot on it. Oh boy, teamwork makes the dream work, man. You want to send a note to Mission Control? I'd try it. Frank's Red Hot. Woo! How many can you down? Frankie Giacalone at the plate here. Nick Hill to first with the walk, and the tying run is at the plate here with Gio Lugo coming into the game in a relief role. Again, wherever you're tuned in from tonight, let us know who you're watching. Cheering for on both sides, Millers and Mavericks, Friday night WCBL baseball. This one fouled back and out of play. Frankie Giacalone, their home run leader today, has flied out to center, grounded out to third, and singled. He's got 10 round trippers on the season. Thank you, Kip Ransom, for chiming in on what the next Miller's hot dog will be. We're kind of running out of home games to make it happen. Fastball from Gio is low and away for ball 2, 2-1. Red Hot Ballpark Frank. I got it. The Chris Franks. 2-1, the count on Giacalone. Johnny Volcano is on deck. This one swung on and fouled out of play. Giovanni Lugo, 5'9", 160 out of Homestead, Florida. That is the gateway to the Keys, home of NASCAR in South Florida, and a very, very, very special place. Gio's hometown. This one outside for ball 3, 3-2. Full count here on Giacalone with 2 out and a runner at first. Key spot in the ball game here. Runner goes. Strike 3 called. It's not going to matter. Giacalone goes down looking. It's the second strikeout for Lugo. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th with the Millers up 4-2 and due up for them, Franks, Signs, and Plummer. 4-2, the Millers lead here on FloCollege Baseball.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in seats or streaming to you.
Anybody film that? I wasn't paying attention.
Number 13, Jax Graham.
Pitching change for the Medicine Hat Mavericks. Number 13, Jax Graham coming in. Scintilla pitched 5. Hang on, I'll get to the unofficial numbers here. We had to go to a commercial, so we didn't get the line dance, but we will get the video and we'll post it for those that were asking. For the Keelays family. What's up, Joe? Huh? Oh, we did have it? Look at you. Good for you. Thank you. I guess we did have it. I was not looking at his computer. Good stuff. That was fun. Chris Franks will lead it off here for the Millers in the bottom of the 6th inning as they continue to lead, but now 4-2. Diego Centella pitched 6 innings. Allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, and we'll get to the rest in a moment. Chris Franks coming to the plate here for the Millers in a 4-2 lead. Franks, Signs, and Plummer due up for Moose Jaw. Facing Jax Graham on the mound here for Medicine Hat. The first pitch is in high for a ball 1-0. Jax Graham wears number 13 from Pictou County, Nova Scotia. Plays at Arkansas State University, Mid-South. Slider in for strike one, called 1-1 here on Chris Franks, the Millers RBI leader. Today he has flied out to center, flied out to right, and walked, has Franks. He's the leadoff man here in the Millers half of the 7th inning. Foul ball for Elk Ridge Glass. 2-2 the count here on Chris Franks. Jax Graham on in relief. He's got a record of 2-0 on the season, a 4.50 ERA, and he has pitched 22 innings total on the season. The 2-2 outside for ball 3, 3-2. On the leadoff hitter, Chris Franks here. Eduardo Signs and Garen Plummer are due up. 4-2 Millers in the 7th. Ball 4 on Chris Franks. Draws a leadoff walk here to open the Moose Jaw 7th, and Eduardo Signs will come to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Eduardo Signs today is singled, flied out to right, and struck out. First pitch to Eduardo in for strike one called, 0-1. The count from home plate umpire Mike Richards. None out, 1 on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A near sellout at Roswell's Park on a Friday night as this 2-game homestand comes to a close. The 0-1 is fouled off by Eduardo. 0-2.
Last call, Moose Jaw Co-op 50-50, total jackpot over $2,000.
Millers baseball for end of the roll Carping Centers, Bugsy's Irish Pub in the Town and Country Mall. The Moose Jaw Warriors and Gap Athletic Performance in the Golden Ticket Sports Center. Here is a grounder towards second. Carter Roth, the underhanded toss to second. Throw to first is in time for the double play. Eduardo Signs hits into the double play.
Number 18, Garen Plummer.
2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning as Garen Plummer comes to the plate here for the Moose Jaw Millers. First pitch swinging right up the middle, and it's a base hit for Garen Plummer here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That it draws the applause from the hometowners. First hit of the night for Garen Plummer makes it 1 for 4 at the plate. And Jacob Mraz will come to the plate here for the Millers in the bottom of the 7th inning. This one fouled off by Mraz. 0-1 is the count. Thank you, Michaela. Ball one high, 1-1. Jacob Mraz today from Meade, Colorado, is grounded out to second, flied out to left, and flied out to center. This one hit well in the air to right field. Evan Morrison tracking, comes underneath it, and he will make the catch. Jacob Mraz flies out to right field, and that will end the inning. And we'll go to the 8th with the Millers leading it 4-2 and due up for the Mavericks. Johnny Volcano, King, and Dale. You're watching Friday Night WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
Final out in the 8th inning of play.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
1-2 is the count here on Volcano. And that one is outside for a 2-2 count. Johnny Volcano, the shortstop, today is grounded out to second, singled and walked. 4-2 Millers here in the 8th. Swing and a miss, and down goes Volcano. First strikeout for Jacob on the wall as Nate King comes to the plate here for Medicine Hat, the catcher. He's 1 for 2 at the plate with a single tonight. Keeles has pitched 26 and 2/3 innings on the season. First pitch swinging in the air to center field. Chris Franks waves everybody off, and he comes in to make the catch for 2 away.
Number 5, Blake Dale.
Nate King flies out to the center fielder, and Blake Dale, the designated hitter, comes to the plate here for Medicine Hat. The lefty facing the righty, the intimidating figure on the mound for Moose Jaw. Keeles kicks and delivers well outside, snared by Gary Swanwell. Good work by Gary, 1-0. Miller's back at it with a doubleheader tomorrow in Swift Current. You can catch all the action on FloCollege baseball. And we'll see you back here Sunday at 5:05. This one caught the inside edge, the slider from Keeles. 2-1. Sorry, 1-1 the count here on Blake Dale. Their DH. That one is inside at the belt. 2-1. Now, Millers are going to need to win this one to keep pace now with the Saskatoon Berries. But this one hit well, left center, right center field. It's going to drop between Franks and Will Edwards. Franks is up with it, and he will hold Blake Dale at first, but he's safe with a 2-out single here in the top of the 8th inning, and Adam Velcano will come to the plate here for Medicine Hat. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner come in here for Medicine Hat, number 41, who is not on my roster. Maybe some of the Mavericks fans who are tuned in on FloCollege can let me know who 41 is. He's pinch running here for Blake Dale as Adam Velcano comes to the plate. And all of a sudden, the tying run is at the plate here for Medicine Hat. Sidearm delivery from Jacob is outside for a ball, 1-1-0. Still 9-0 Saskatoon at Fort McMurray. They are now in the 8th inning. Millers will need, looks like a win here tonight to stay a half game up. The 1-0 in there for strike one, called 1-1. Fastball from Keeles. Jacob, as I said, a 4.05 ERA. Here's the 1-1 right down the pipe for strike 2, called 1-2. Keeles has come to play tonight. Throw over to first. And the runner's back safely. 41, who I have not designated who that is yet. Don't have him on our roster provided. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. Adam Velcano goes down swinging, and we will go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Millers leading it 4-2 as the Mavericks leave one on. Gary Swan, Braden Bunnell, and Ben Wallachuk due up for Moose Jaw, who leads at 4-2 here on FloCollege.
the Miller Express, number 8, Gary Swan.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at Roswells Park in Moose Jaw. Miller's up 4-2. Jax Graham on the mound here for the Mavericks. And due up for Moose Jaw, the numbers 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Gary Swan, Braden Bunnell, and Ben Wallachek. And the first pitch is swung on. Swing and a miss from Gary Swan, 0-1. Gary today has reached on an error, flied out to center, and doubled in this 4-2 Miller lead. He's also scored a run. Jax Graham kicks and delivers. This one fouled off down the third baseline. Just one in for ball 1, 1-2 on Gary Swan. Jax Graham on in relief for Medicine Hat from Pictou County, Nova Scotia. And a swing and a miss. Oh, it's a foul tip. Foul ball from Swan. He stays alive at 1-2. Miller's Baseball brought to you by Stringham Law, Hawks Agro, and Molson Breweries. This one in the dirt for ball 2, 2-2 on Gary Swan. First year Miller from Bethany Lutheran College. Graham looks in for the sign from the catcher Nate King. Comes set, and here's the 2-2. Laced up the middle in the air, and there to make the catch is the center fielder Jalen King for one away. Gary Swan flies out to the center fielder. And that's one out. Braden Bunnell will come to the plate here, the Mandan, North Dakota product for the Millers. He plays at Bismarck State College along with Pacey Phillips. Braden Bunnell, tonight's DH at the plate here. That one got away from Graham high for ball 1, 1-0. Braden Bunnell today has singled, flied out to right, and struck out. This is his 4th at bat. This one clubbed down toward third, picked up by the third baseman Hill, and his throw to first is not entirely on target. A great job by Giacalone to stretch and make the catch for 2 away. Braden Bunnell grounds out to the third baseman. Nice defensive play out there by the Mavericks, and a great job by Giacalone at first to hold the bag and make the catch. Ben Wallachek comes to the plate here for the Millers in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 out and protecting a 4-2 lead. 4th at bat for Ben. He's walked, singled, and flying out to the shortstop today. Takes the first pitch in for strike 1 called. 0-1. Ben shows bunt, but it's blown away for ball 1, 1-1. Wallachek batting .341 on the season. That places him 5th on the club in that stat. This one looked right down the middle, but it's inside for ball 2, 2-1. Wallachek's 46 runs scored are second to Thomas Soto's team leading 57. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and fouled back and out of play. And he leads the club in being hit by pitches on 17 occasions, Ben. It's good to lead the club in something. The 2-2 high and inside. Had been ducking, and it's a full count here. with 2 out and Thomas Soto on deck in the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-2 Millers lead. Ball 4 on Wallachuk, and he's away to first. So now with 2 out and a runner at first, Thomas Soto comes to the plate. Looks like we're going to get a pinch runner. Max Simmons comes into the game as the pinch runner for Ben. Moose Jaw kid out of the University of Calgary. Thomas Soto coming to the plate for a 5th time tonight. 2 out, runner at first, and throw over. Back safely is Max Simmons. Millers Baseball brought to you by CNE Mechanical, Roto's Pizza, the Mad Greek, and Sastel. This one hit in the air to left center field. Coming over to make the catch is the left fielder Adam Velcano to end the inning. Thomas Soto flies out to left. And we will go to the 9th with the Millers leading it 4-2. Due up for the Mavericks, King, Roth, and Morrison. And you're watching Friday night WCBL baseball on FloCollege. Jalen King, the center fielder, leading it off here for the Medicine Hat Mavericks in the top of the 9th inning. The hard-throwing Jacob Keeley's on the mound, and he's already up in the count 0-2. He is wasting no time. A swing and a miss from King. And he's down to the count 0-2. The number 9 hitter. This one inside for ball 1. 1-2 here on King. 4th at bat for the center fielder. He's lined out to short, struck out, and grounded out to 3rd. 1-2 on King. Keeley's kicks and a swing and a miss, and down he goes for one away here in the top of the 9th as the Millers take the 4-2 lead into the 9th inning with a 13-game win streak on the go. And here's a grounder towards second. Pacey Phillips on that. And the throw to first is on time. Pacey Phillips is into the game for Ben Wallachuk here in the 9th inning. And it's 2 away as Carter Roth grounds out to the second baseman. And the Mavericks down to the final out as number 22, Evan Morrison, comes to the plate here for the Mavericks, the right fielder. Jacob Keeley's looking to close it out here. Top of the ninth inning, 4-2, the Millers lead. Keeley's kicks and delivers. That is in for strike one, called 0-1. This one batted foul down the first base line, 0-2. Jacob has come in almost angry. He's wasting no time between these pitches. Shrugs, looks in for the side, and here we go. The 0-2 on Evan Morrison. High for ball one, 1-2. Crowd getting into it. Are they aware of the situation? 2 out. High for ball two, 2-2. This one hit in the air to right. Pacey Phillips drops back. He makes the catch, and that will end the ball game. 14 in a row now for the red-hot Moose Jaw Miller Express. Tonight, they knock off the Medicine Hat Mavericks by a score of 4-2 in game number 44 of the season. Millers 4, Mavericks 2, and the Millers improved to 32-11 on the season, while the Mavericks drop to 18-27. And they'll go for 15 in a row tomorrow when they visit the Swift Current 57s in a doubleheader at Mitchell Field. We'll be back here Sunday in a 5:05 first pitch. Millers and those very same Swift Current 57s. For Joe Gunnis, this is Rod Peterson saying good night, everybody, from Ross Wells Park in Moose Jaw.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Smoke weed, count stacks, get fly, take trips, and that's that. Real rap, I let her get high, she want and she feel that. Convertible drop feel, 87 the top pill, back.